Good evening. This is John Milburn for PROP13001 Property Development. This is week 9, and this week we're dealing with computer technology, particularly computer software. This is the tutorial. I don't have anyone in attendance at the moment. Hopefully someone will arrive. But in the meantime, I just want to expand on some of the things that we discussed during the lecture. To do that, let me share the screen, and we should now see the screen in relation to Sketchup. So Sketchup advertises that it's a method of thinking in 3D and drawing in 3D. This is something that I'm sure that you will have a lot of fun trying. Look out for the videos that provide tutorials, and look at the tools that are available. So the idea is that it's an opportunity for you to go beyond two-dimensional into creating something that better reflects the vision that you have in terms of property development. And of course, it's not just for the property development, but as indicated in almost anything. So I'd certainly recommend that you look carefully at SketchUp as an alternative. Now, CalDes Property Development is a software program which I highlighted in the lecture, and this provides you with an opportunity to engage in appraisal and cash flow modelling, and this is something worth looking at. You can obtain a free 7-day trial once you're registered. So it provides an opportunity for you to look at different spreadsheets applicable to land purchases up to 4 tranches at a time. And it defines fees associated with the development, such as architect fees. So that's a great way of a small scale property developer realistically competing in terms of technology with much larger organisations. Now, let's have a look at Estate Master. As I mentioned in the lecture, you can find a free trial available, and this will provide you with an opportunity for funding. Now, I mentioned some sample files that are available, and in terms of the case example, here we have a bank loan refinanced with a construction start, and you'll see that it provides for a realistic scenario of a developer funding 20% of a land purchase up price until settlement. Then the bank will take over. But you'll see that the ratios change. Once the settlement has been finalised and the development construction commenced, the limit for lending is now 60%, which means, of course, that it's critically important for a property developer to look carefully at cash flow issues. And you'll see that the cash flow process is explained in terms of funding and equity, loan approvals, and provides a range of variables, which are of course very important in terms of trying to identify the actual cost and the likely profit associated with the property development. So I'd urge you to look through that and get a feel for whether you would use that, and there you see a return on investment spreadsheet. Estate Master, sample file library. Have a look at that. In the notes I've reproduced, or I've extracted one of those, which you can look at. So the key features: providing an opportunity for development certainty within the context of a property development. Now, the material that you might read in the textbook and the study guide, you should supplement by an excellent article by Professor David Parker. You'll see that on screen, and you'll see that Professor Parker talks specifically about the Estate Master client software within the context of property development. So that is a great way to introduce yourself to what this software is all about and how it might be specifically used in the practice of property development. Just a reminder that when you're looking at your weekly study guides, reading the material, it is critically important now that you consider the problems. And I'm going to urge you to go back, if you haven't already completed the weekly problems, and start working your way through those. So ideally, you would have a good answer to each one of those weekly programs, because now that we've completed the assessment during term, we need to concentrate on the examination. Now, speaking of the assessments, I've completed the marking for everyone who has submitted work. There are only a few that haven't. A couple have got extensions. So in accordance with university policy, even though I have completed the marking and I could release the results and your marked up assessment now, I do need to wait until all assessments are in. So there will be a delay of 2 weeks before you receive your material back. But overall, everyone that I have marked has passed, and the work generally is very good. So thank you for the contribution so far. All right, well, I'm sorry we didn't have anyone to join me live this week, but I do look forward to seeing you next week. And if there are any questions, please ask through UCrew, and I'll get those results to you as soon as I can. All the best. Bye.